All right, look at those dark clouds starting to roll in across the D.C. metro. This is a view of what many are seeing out there as this line of strong storms starts to enter into the picture. This very dark line of clouds, and it may be sunny at your location, but that's a sign that things are starting to roll in here, and it's going to soon turn just as dark as this picture right here, an ominous look across the entire region. And of course, this is all because we have a tornado watch that is in effect across the entire four-state region that goes until at least 2 p.m. Now, this tornado watch has been trimmed back across a good portion of the viewing area, right across the I-81 corridor from Chambersburg down to Winchester and Woodstock. You're in the clear, and parts of Northern Virginia are being cleared out as well. But through Frederick, Montgomery counties, all the way down into the D.C. metro, and then parts of Northern Virginia and Southern Maryland still under this tornado watch here until 2 p.m. And then on top of everything else, the heavy rainfall threat is still there as we have a flood watch that goes until 11 p.m. tonight, pretty much covering all of the four-state region and the DMV here today. So check this out. This is the time lapse of those storms. Notice how we went from a very weak line of rainfall to this very intense batch of thunderstorms that is now set up along the I-270 and the I-95 corridors, moving into the eastern part of the viewing area. And there's another good view at those storms that rolled right into parts of Frederick, Montgomery, Fairfax counties, and now the D.C. metro just getting impacted by the front edge of that line of thunderstorms. And we have several severe thunderstorm warnings that go for the next 20 to 30 minutes at least, as very torrential rain and those very strong wind gusts continue to be possible. And this is the main line that we have been tracking over the last several hours. Now, there is still a little bit of activity back to the west that we may have to keep an eye on for this evening and the overnight. But again, this is the main batch of severe storms we've been gearing up for throughout the entire day today. And the Storm Prediction Center is working on highlighting, or updating, I should say, their Storm Prediction Center outlook. But again, we've been under a level 2 out of 5 threat for that severe weather all day, and we continue to be under that same threat as we roll ahead here through the rest of the afternoon. So here's the timeline moving forward. Now, that main line, of course, as we saw on the radar picture, it's moving through as we speak, and that severe chance is going to be at its highest until about 2 p.m. once we can clear this line out of the area. And like I just mentioned, we could still see some activity later this evening, so don't let your guard down completely, though I do expect to see most of the worst of this severe weather past us by 2 p.m. So future tracker, it's been lagging behind a little bit throughout the day here, but overall we're going to see most of that activity clear the area once we get through the mid-afternoon. And then we still do need to keep a very close eye as those storms could redevelop back to the west just a little bit. Notice how this is taking shape at 10 p.m. That's the key. Once we get into the nighttime, we start to lose a lot of that available energy in the atmosphere. These storms won't have as much to work with, and the atmosphere will be spent, if you will. And that being the case, we should then start to see things really calm down, and it's going to be very clear by the time we get into your Saturday morning. And overall, it looks like we do have an update coming in. I don't know if we can turn on Janessa and Brittany's mic really quick. I think we have an update, an important one coming in across the board. Janessa, what do you got?
That's just coming in. This is for Montgomery County. This is for Montgomery County, just north and south of Rockville. That's a major, highly populated city. So Montgomery County, can you tell me how long that? 12:45. Yeah. So until 12:45, a tornado warning currently in place for all of Montgomery County. If you are across the Olney area.
This is Maryland 200 here. This is the ICC, a pretty busy roadway right there coming out of Rockville as well. I can see that on the roadway. And then that's back over toward, looks like Brook Manor Estates. Olney, that's actually right in the line of that storm. It looks like that's one of the bigger towns up that direction here. So, yeah, this is definitely moving through a very highly populated area. A lot of folks possibly out there trying to get their holiday travel started. There's a good look at it right there.
There's a good look right there. So we're going to be watching Cherrywood. That's State Highway 115. If you're across this area, people driving on this area, very dangerous situation. Now, we're not picking up any rotation, but, Damon, that's a couplet. That's a couplet
Exactly.
starting to form. So that's damaging straight line winds across the Cherrywood area. That's shifting north and east. So tornado warning currently in place. Brittany, 12:45 for this area. All of the northern tip and central tip of Montgomery County until 12:45.
Yeah, and you can see exactly, too, how this is kind of trying to rotate in on itself and get that spin really going out there. And that area of rotation, again, it's crossing right south of Olney there. And you have the ICC, Maryland 200, right here just to the south of that rotation. So a lot of busy roadways, populated areas. So if you're out there, you have friends or family in Olney, listen to the sound of our voices here. Get into a safe place as soon as you can here, the center of your house, down into the basement. Get some protection for your head. Put something, maybe a mattress, a helmet, something in between you and any potential flying debris with this storm, as these spin-up tornadoes have been common to take place, and they can cause some damage at a pretty quick rate overall out there.
So that extends into Howard County as well. So Montgomery, Howard County. What the National Weather Service, I want to show you, I'm going to come to the screen, Damon. What I want to show you, the